What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a Shanks deck profile. Honestly, it's my favorite deck of set 9. I've been waiting for this deck for a while, so I'm very knowledgeable about it, and I'm here to explain to you guys the deck profile and show you the cards. All right, you guys, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and helps us give you guys that quality content. We're going to be dropping some more deck profiles plus some openings for you guys, so let's continue. All right, you guys, so we got this really cool leader here. It's an official Bandai sound loader. Has a little button here you put on. And I put my leader inside. Super fire. This is the play. So if you play One Piece, you know the play. Super gas, super fun. And you gotta put your leader without a sleeve to make it look really shiny. So cool stuff for you guys. So my Dons. I wish these were gold. I'm gonna work on them. I have some golds at the shop, but don't have all 10. But I just want to show you guys the premium booster Dons. You gotta rock these. If you don't rock these, you are late to the party. But like always, this is a max rarity deck profile, so let's get into it. So we start off with the best card in the deck, the reason to play this deck besides the leader. So and I'll run through the leader. The leader says, once per turn, this effect can be activated when your opponent attacks. Give up to one of your opponent's leaders or characters negative 1,000 power during that turn. So very good card, very good leader. Really good. It basically kind of reminds me of Whitebeard. Your leader is always basically 6k in a sense because you're reducing by 1k. So and it helps keep your creatures alive during battle. So very good leader all around. So this Shanks here is a 10-12. When you drop him, he's rush. Then he has a continuous effect. Give all of your opponents 1,000 power. So this is literally such an amazing card for what you're trying to do. When you have 2 of him on board, which you're never gonna have 3. That's unrealistic. But you're already gonna start reducing creatures by 2,000, and he's 1,200. So keeping him alive is very simple. Besides him getting popped or bottom decked, but we got the Benn.Beckman. Don't make fun of me, you guys. Benn.Beckman. He is the best removal for me because he is a trash. He is not a KO, and like most card games, there's like KO, trash, pop. And in this card game, trash is like the best one out of all the removal effects. So really essential 7/7. He's very easy to search because you have a searching engine, which is the 4 Uta, which is a 1-drop. Every deck has a 1-drop searcher. That's what she is. Top 5. Look for Whitebeard. Look for a redhead pirates. This is the spell. Same thing. Look at the top 5. We all know this by now that play One Piece. So 8 searchers. You're gonna need these because this deck is a combo deck in the sense where like you need certain pieces of the puzzle. You're gonna need this card. So you will most likely not win the game without this card. So keep that in mind, you guys. He is a closer. Yes, you can close out some games without it, but it's very rare. This card, amazing. One of the best 5-drops in this game. Up to one of your leaders gain plus 1,000 until the end of your opponent's turn. So your leader's going to be 6k, and with the 1k reduction that it already has, it's going to be very hard to swing at your leader with this card on board. Plus, on the next turn, you down negative 1,000 one of your opponent's creatures. So amazing card, very essential. You need to see it. And then this deck is essential to really have this Lucky.Roux as your 4-drop turn because he's a blocker that on KO can pop a character of 6,000 or less power. So it's a blocker that will trade off very well, and it can swing a life worst case. But very essential in the metagame right now. You need this card on your 4-drop, and then you need this card on your 5 or 6. So these are very essential key parts of this deck. If you do not understand that, well, you're going to have a hard time playing this deck. Especially red being so fragile in how it is as a color, you need to go drop him, then drop him. Depending on what curve you're on, you'll drop other big bodies, but you need to be able to be in rhythm in this deck. And it's like, I'm telling you, like I've played this enough to know it's how important it is to be in rhythm. And that's an essential part of this deck. And then you need the 4 building snakes. It's searchable. This is a negative 3,000 power. It's a 1-drop. So this, if you're familiar with Raise Max or Gordon, it's the same card, but it is searchable. So you could drop this to 3, but I find myself whenever I drop into 3, I need him. So could get bricky, but so we're gonna go to the boss monsters deck that aren't related to the red hair pirates, which is The 4, yep, these are 4 manga Shanks, you guys. These are a pretty penny. I'm holding like around 1,500 right here alone. So beautiful cards. Love that I have 4. So thank you to the shop. Everyone helped me get these by opening them in the cases. So thanks to them, I have 4 Slivers Rayleigh, and just let's just go close up on this beautiful card. It's just, I love the texturing on it. I'm a fiend, you guys. I'm just a fiend for mangas. So this card's essential on your 8 Dawn turn or 9 because it's literally like freezes 2 monsters and you could pop one. So he's just a very nice body, better than a rush card. Why? Because you could pop a card, number 1. I love the AK base, and it freezes another card basically. So it's like it could be a +1 in a lot of scenarios, and it's just important in a lot of matchups to have this card. And then another card that's essential in the green matchup and a lot of other matchups is Edward.Newgate. You can pair him you can always pair him with either if you have this on board to reduce, or you can pair him with the building snake, or if you have this on board, which I wouldn't recommend it because it could most likely get pop, but you can pair it with this or Otama and pop big creatures. It's a 7. Guys, so remember 7. So on your 7 turn, you can also just drop him on your 7, which there's not many 7 drops other than Benn.Beckman in this deck. So essential card for a lot of matchups. I love this card. So yes, things can essentially get cloggy, but if you don't have these cards, you cannot win certain matchups. So these 8 boss monsters, I find them essential for removing creatures, especially in a meta game that like removing creatures is essential. Limejuice is really good. You need Limejuice for sure. 2K counter you can freeze a blocker when you need to. And then we got the Hongo, which a lot of people in the mirror match drop him early. I don't know how I feel about it, but you can drop him and then he has reduction later on. So he's cute, but not a big fan of playing my 2Ks. That means I'm like in a pretty rough spot. But it's essential sometimes. And then Otama, best red 2K in the game. Just a 1-drop, -2,000. And then the last defense is the 2 bad manners. You know, you can play 1, but 2 is probably the right number to play of this card. So just a great deck overall, very aggro. Your play style is going to be very in rhythm. You're always going to be doing the same thing. If you're out of rhythm with this deck, you're most likely going to lose. So keep that in mind. So it's always key to stay on rhythm, drop the cards in the right curves. Like I said, 4, 5, 7. Then an 8 drop, maybe with some reduction, and then go into your Shanks, and then the next turn close it out with the next Shanks. And it's essential to have counter in your hand because when you are on your last turns, you're only gonna have like big bodies on board. You're not gonna have blockers. So if you have issues with counter, you can always like cup 1 or 2 cards that you don't like that don't have counter, and then add like a 3rd bad manners or like 2 2Ks or 2 of the Silver's Rayleigh, that is the blocker one. So that one's really good to play, the blocker one. It's on a 5-drop. If your opponent has 2 creatures of 5K or more, you draw 2 cards and discard 1, so it can replace itself. So that's a good card. I just never, ever benefit off playing that card. Me personally, it's just a 1K counter in my practice. So fun deck. Hope you guys like the deck profile. Also, keep in mind, I need you guys to subscribe so we can further this content, and I appreciate you guys that stuck through. Catch you on the next video.